Alright guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Stay tuned for any more content that I come up with in my mind. So my last or the previous or whenever I made this video, I talked about the duties and objectives of being a lookout, and that video was probably a little confusing because I was really just talking about making other videos within that video. But today's video is going to be on the proper lookout relief, what you're actually supposed to turn over during the turnover of being a lookout and then being relieved by another lookout. There is 6 main things you need to go over with the lookout, and of course, just like how almost everything else is, these things are going to vary. Most of it doesn't really matter. I mean, I really only turn over okay, let me just talk them through. So the 6 main things you're going to be turning over that you're going to want to tell the lookout that is relieving you. You're first going to want to tell him any vessels or contacts, objects that have already been sighted and reported and or not reported. That's going to be number 1. Vessels and contacts sighted and not reported, or reported, either or. Number 2, you're going to want to tell them the weather. You're going to want to tell them what weather you've come out of, what weather you might be going into, whether you're in hot weather. If you're in some calm water and you know you're about to head into a storm, you might want to tell them that. So that's number 2. Number 3 is what's going on the bridge. You're going to want to tell them, which mate is on watch, which mate is on watch. If there's anything, just going on the bridge that he should know of. And the next thing is, it'll probably be a given, but the next thing you should be telling them is the status of the navigation lights, where maybe you were underway, but now all of a sudden you're not under command, or the motors have shut down, so you're going to be putting up different nav lights, which that would also, you'd be telling them in what's going on. Number 3, you're going to tell them what's going on. We've lost engines. So next up is the nav lights. You're going to tell them what nav lights are going on. Then after the nav lights, you're going to tell them any special instructions you might have, which can consist of, look out for little fishing vessels that might not be fishing vessels. Just any kind of special instructions that has been passed down to you as the lookout. And then the last thing, number 6, is you're going to ask him if he has any questions, just to make sure that, if there is special instructions and you didn't tell him any special instructions, you should ask him to make sure, or her, you should ask him or her if they have any questions, because maybe you forgot to tell them something. So again, the 6 things are going to be the vessels and contacts reported and not reported, the weather, what's going on the bridge, the status of the navigation lights, the special instructions you've been given, and then you're going to ask them any questions. Now, when I was going through the program and taking the class, and we actually had to do a proper lookout relief with the instructor and go through all 6 of these. So what I did to remember all 6 of them, I just came up with a little simple thing, and basically it's vessels, weather, what's up, light instructions, questions. Got that? Vessels, weather, what's up, light instructions, any questions. So there's all 6. So I'll leave all this down in the description so you can either like copy it down or do whatever you gotta do to remember the proper lookout relief. But like I said, typically when we turn over now, really all I ever get and all I ever say is it's gonna be in part of what's going on. So you're gonna be telling them what you're steering and what you're checking. So to make it easy, if you're going 000, you're probably gonna be checking, and you're heading 000 on the gyro, but you'll probably be checking maybe like 001 on the magnetic or something, you know? So you're gonna want to tell them what you're actually steering, and then I'll tell them the contacts out in the water that I've seen, what I've reported, what I haven't reported, and then I just ask him if he has any questions. That's pretty much it. And then sometimes, if the weather is changing up, I'll tell him that, or her, you know, whatever. But realistically, you're just telling them the heading that you're going and the contacts you've reported. All that other stuff is, I don't want to say it's useless because it's proper. You should be telling them those things. But I've learned out here on my own that nobody really goes through the whole entire proper list. Now, you might have a mate or mates that want you to go through the entire list, but on here, they've just told me, tell them what we're steering, tell them the contacts that are reported, and that's it. And then you're just gonna say, you know, mate on watch, I've been relieved at 000. And he's gonna tell you okay, and then boom, you're done. So again, I will leave all this stuff down in the description, the 6 main things that you're gonna be telling your lookout relief, and then my little slogan of vessel weather, what's up, light instructions, questions, all down in the description for you guys. All right, so again, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next video. We'll see what happens next. All right, I'm out.